Welcome back to the Infamous Ghost Podcast.
I'm Josiah.
I'm Celis.
And this is where we give you our weekly perspectives of pop culture, sports, and entertainment.
Josiah, man, we got an exciting guest. I feel like we just keep piling them on and on, man, with the guests, man. It's been a hot summer for the guests.
Yeah, and each guest we bring on got a unique story to tell. And I feel like this one got a lot to tell us, and a lot of gems to drop.
Yeah, this is the person we've been wanting to have on for a while, too, bro. Honestly, I didn't think he would want to come on, but when I DM'd him, he was cool, bro. Like, it was all love, and I think that's the whole thing with me. Just, like, I'm not quick to talk to somebody to bring them on,
Right.
or like, yeah.
But yeah, like we knew him growing up, and he always been a humble person. Like he never
Facts.
been like above and beyond. Think he all that in a bag of chips. So
Yeah, today we bringing on Keith Johnson, athlete, mentor, alumni, just an all around like humble person, and I've known him for some years now. Man, been doing his thing on the basketball side and also giving back to his community at the same time. And these are the kind of people we want to have on. And shit, without further ado, let's bring him in, man.
let's bring him in.
Yo, what's
Yo,
going
my
on,
man.
What's good with y'all, man?
Shit, living life.
Man, we're sorry we took a while, bro. Josiah had to take a piss.
Nah, it's all good, man.
Nah, that protein ain't no joke, man. How you pissing like a baby? But
That's
shit,
funny.
tell us how life going. How life going for you?
It's going good, man. This is probably the first platform that I'm gonna go public with this on, but I'm probably gonna end up not going the basketball route as far as like career wise.
Whoa.
Yeah, so big announcement. Yeah, because I'm gonna elaborate on it a little bit for you. I'm gonna elaborate on it.
That's cool.
But yeah, so I think the main thing that brought me to that, bro, was like my body just wasn't performing the way that I knew it could perform. And I think that's because of all the years of like beating on my body and, you know what I'm saying, lifting weights and going and doing 2-3 workouts a day, jumping as high as I can multiple times a day, a lot. And I just wasn't stretching right. I wasn't eating the way I was supposed to be eating. Like I had nobody to guide me on that part of it. Because I mean, I went to YouTube as far as everything I learned basketball wise. Like I ain't started playing basketball till I was in 8th grade. So I had to learn a lot on my own. But that aspect of it, I never even knew about. Like I didn't even know to research how to stretch, you know, like stuff like that you learn in like gym class. I'm thinking, oh, it ain't really that important. I could walk into a gym and just start going. But as I got older, it started to catch up to me. And now like I got to work on like rebuilding my body a little bit as far as like my joints, like my knees and stuff. It's real bad. But yeah, so I just wanted to get that out the way because I know that you asked how my summer was going, and that was like the big announcement of the summer is that like, you know, I probably ain't gonna go that route no more. So
You just dropped a bomb on us, man.
Yeah.
I had to, man. I had to start off with it so we could get into it a little
get
more.
out the way.
Do you feel like that decision was like mentally just as much as physically? Like you said, your body not holding up.
Yeah, so that like me when I say like my body wasn't doing things I knew it could do, that would also, like you said, affect my mental. So like if I'm going up for a dunk and I missed the dunk, it might seem like, oh, it's just one dunk, you know what I'm saying? You missed it or whatever. But I'm knowing like usually I'm getting that off easy. You know, I'm getting up it's real slight getting up. But I'll go up for a dunk and missing and be like, dang, man, like why I'm like doing this stuff? Or like I'll shoot a wide open shot, I'll cash, you know, and then it'll like barely rim out. It's like, dang, bro, like what's going on? So I had a lot of those, I had started having a lot of those moments where like I just felt myself like not performing how I knew I could perform. And I really like real life, I just didn't want to disrespect the sport, bro, because like I know that I could give it so much more than I was giving it. And like I don't know, it just kind of took my heart out of it, knowing that I couldn't do what I knew I could do no more. So that was kind of the mental aspect of it. Yeah, it definitely did affect me mentally though.
Did you talk to like any sports therapists about your situation
or family?
Yeah, I talk to my family a lot. I ain't really talk to no like formal therapist or nothing, but like my mom is like my right hand, bro. Like I tell her everything. Like my mom's is like, you know, my best friend. So she was probably the first person I talked to about it. And not even on no like serious stuff. I just told her like, yeah, you know, I'm trying to kind of feeling myself getting out of it a little bit. And you know, she told me some real stuff. She was like, you know, if you feel like basketball ain't for you, then it's not the end of the world, you know, because that's what I'm known for. Obviously around Dubuque, like people know me as like the hooper, you know, the guy that can, you know, really put on for his city as far as like hooping goes. And there's a lot of hoopers like that in Dubuque, but I know that I was like one of those big influences. And she was like, you know, don't let that like take away from your personality, you know. I think that really stuck with me because like I started to realize like, bro, I'm so much more than like just basketball or making a shot or like making a crowd go nuts. I could do that in many different ways. So, I'm finding out new stuff about me actually that like I never even knew. I like forgot. Like I forgot I like to draw. I just started drawing recently again, and that is like fun. That's like a fun thing to me that I didn't know because I was putting all my time and effort toward basketball. So it's little stuff like that. But yeah, I did talk to some people, mostly family though.
And do you think a lot of athletes got that problem? Well, not I wouldn't even call it a problem. They got that type of situation where once they step away from the sport, there's a process of figuring out who you are again.
hmm Yeah, no, I definitely think so, bro. Like this sport, if you really serious about it, like how I was trying to go overseas, like I was talking to agents and all that stuff, and unfortunately, that's not going on no more because, like I said, I'm done with it. But like, yeah, no, facts though. Like it's definitely a learning process, bro. Like you have to, like you said, like rediscover new things about yourself and like go out and like try new things that you might have done when you were a kid, but like you ain't visited in a minute, and you'll go back and be like, damn, like this is like a passion for me that I just like fell off because basketball took the main, you know what I'm saying, the main priority.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's like rediscovering yourself all over again, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's wild,
I,
bro.
I can relate to that. But you said you didn't have a mentor growing up, and we just interviewed one of your former teammates, Daquan. And he said
Yeah.
you was a good mentor to him. So how was that like mentoring the young guys without having that mentor yourself?
Yeah, it was cool, man. Like I was able to see so many things from a perspective of like it was like a blank slate, you know what I'm saying? Since I never had a mentor to like tell me this is how you do things, I had to find my own way. And going through my own way, I figured out like, a lot of stuff is very like personalized to you. So if you want to be a good shooter, you can't go out and do what the next motherfucker doing to be a good shooter, right? So you gotta like find ways to help yourself more than just the average person. Like the average person is gonna say, "Oh, go ahead and like get 200 shots up." It's like, okay, well, you yourself now have to ask yourself, well, what kind of shots am I putting up? What kind of shots am I getting at 200? Am I just doing all threes? Am I doing like mixing in some dribble? You know what I'm saying? Like it's catered to
Yeah.
you. So I think not having a mentor really made me focus on like what I needed as like an individual and not so much like what the coaches were telling everybody else, like, oh, this is what you got to do to get better. It's like, all right, I hear you, but I'm gonna build off that. And like being able to mentor somebody like Daquan, bro, he's like so determined and you know what I'm saying? His mentality is like spot on, bro. He knows like, this is gonna be hard times before it get good. And those hard times is what, turn into diamonds, like that's what make you who you are. So it's been real cool mentoring dudes like him, bro. He's a blessing for real.
Mhm.
Man,
Man,
I want to take it back a little bit, man. But, like let's throw it back to your childhood. What,
Yeah,
what was that like coming up, man? What like did you feel like you had a happy childhood? Or, like it's just it could have been better.
man. Nah, I feel like my childhood was fun, man. I was a bad kid, bro. I was a badass little kid, man. I was a baby child. I ain't gonna lie.
not the baby. Damn.
Man, I
I know
was
you was
walking
big
on.
as hell too.
Man, I was what, bro? Listen, I put the school on lockdown in like second grade because I went and hid from the teachers. They couldn't find me. I put the school. They had this police in that motherfucker. They called my mom, my dad, principals from all over. They
Yeah.
called a bunch of other assistant dudes. They was running around there. Keith, Keith. Oh, I think we lost him, Keith. I came out playing on some demon time. I'm right here. Aha. They, bro, what? But yeah,
Oh
no,
my
it was fun.
God.
My childhood was fun though, but it probably could have been a little more structured, I say, because I ain't have my dad growing up. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I don't know if anybody knew that, but I
I
lived
could
in like a single parent home for a minute,
what
so I ain't
yeah, I
have
can
like,
relate to that, bro.
yeah, bro. So it get to a certain point where your moms can't really do nothing with you no more, and like you left to do whatever you do, and luckily I had enough guidance as I got older to go on the right path, and like I easily could have went off the deep end and start getting into all the wrong stuff and never been anywhere near where I am today. So
Okay.
yeah, my childhood was good though. It was fun. It was fun, but I was bad.
Okay.
Man.
End it.
Nah. What like as a kid, like what were some of your interests growing up? Like outside of basketball, like before you found basketball, what were some of your interests?
Yeah, I think one of my interests, like I told you, was drawing. I used to draw like, bro, like literally I would sit down and draw for like 4 or 5 hours straight when I was a kid. Like I'd just sit there just going. And it wouldn't even be no like actual picture. It'd just be like doodling. I draw like letters and like weird stuff like that. Not weird, but like just little stuff like that. It wouldn't be working on no big piece, but I rediscovered that about myself. Bro, I like what else? Oh, it was a book that I read recently with my kids. I work at a summer camp now, and I was reading the book to them. It was the If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, and I was like, bro, what? I actually like to read. Like I didn't even know, but I like to read again. Like I'm starting to read again. I'm starting to post stuff on my Facebook, trying to see
Yeah,
if
I've been
other people
seeing that.
read. Yeah, so I'm gonna start posting more books like that to see if I can get a reaction out of some folks. But yeah, so I rediscovered I like to read a little bit. Um, and just being like a handyman. Like I've been fixing a lot of like stuff around my little apartment that I got.
Hmm.
Working on the pipes and under the sink and stuff. So I don't know. It's just it's a lot of little stuff like that. Just being creative and figuring out ways to occupy my time. I'm like I said, I'm learning a lot. So it's
Shit,
cool.
we young, man. Shit, I think that's what a lot of people our age struggle with is just trying to like they think they gotta have it all figured out at this age, and no, like that comes later. Like you don't. I know people that's 40 still trying to figure out what to do with their life.
Hmm. And really, I think social media got a lot to do with that because, like, social media is essentially just a highlight reel. Nobody posts their bad stuff on social media, which you're not supposed to. Don't blame them. But you look at Tay Tay and Ray Ray going to Miami every other week, you're like, damn, they're doing better than me in life. What am I doing? But at the same time, they might be struggling on their bills, living house to house. Like,
Right. Nah,
yeah.
facts.
Like,
Yeah, facts.
do you feel like you don't have to put on a facade for people? You just you genuinely you all the time.
Oh hell yeah. I know the people that know me for sure know that like I'm never gonna try to act like no tough guy or I'm never gonna try to act like I got a ton of money or what I'm saying, nothing like that. Cause I know like at the end of the day, whatever you hide in the dark gonna come to light. So if you're not a tough
Facts.
guy and you act tough, you're gonna get slapped in the mouth at some point, I'm saying? If you act like you got it all, I'm saying, and somebody check you on your watch, you're gonna be embarrassed. So, I've learned
Hmm.
through painful trial and error. I've gotten embarrassed a few times, but just to be yourself, bro, and whoever don't match that energy or whoever don't want that around, they'll find a way to get away from you. You don't have to, try to keep people that don't want to be with you and bring people in that don't really fuck with you because that's how snakes are made. Like snakes in the grass, they gonna fuck with you until
Hmm.
it's the time to get off on you and what I'm saying, go somewhere else better where the grass is greener. So I feel like if you act genuine, that attract genuine people, and then that's gonna just better your life because genuine people gonna have genuine intentions, and they're gonna help you any way they can.
Do you keep a small circle?
Oh yeah, I mean I'm nice to everybody. Obviously, like I'm polite and I have manners, and I mess with you and joke around. But my closest friends, bro, I maybe got like three, maybe four, maybe.
Maybe.
Hey man,
but but
it be like that,
yeah,
man.
yeah. But I want to take it back to basketball. So you said it's possible that you done playing basketball, but do you see yourself coaching?
I could coach. I don't know if I want to go into that as far as like a career. But I would definitely consider like coaching on the side or because like my main priority right now is medical school and like being a pediatrician. So that's my next adventure. Trying to get some experience in the hospital, whether that's job shadowing, stuff like that. Like that's like really trying to find an agent in basketball. Like that's the equivalent because like right now, yeah, after COVID, all that stuff, like all the doctors are like, man, I don't know, like they're being real cautious about bringing anybody else in for something like that, like a job shadowing or interview, or
Hmm.
not interview, or internship. Um, so yeah, it's really been a grind trying to find like internships and stuff. But like while I'm doing that, while I'm on my way to getting to where I want to go, oh, I would definitely coach some basketball. I would definitely be like a high school basketball coach if I was studying for the MCAT or something like that. Like nothing long term, but yeah,
Okay. How did you end up in the medical field?
I've always wanted to be in the medical field, bro. Like since I was in like middle school, since I was in middle school, I know I wanted to be a doctor, but I didn't know what type. People asked me like, oh, what type of doctor? I'm like, I don't know. I just want to help people. But now I think I've worked with the kids for so long. Like I think it's this my sixth or seventh year being at a summer camp. So just knowing that, and knowing the psychology of kids and being able to like watch them grow as you like be with them and see their personalities change and see them learn and things like that. I think that's really cool, bro. So that's where I decided like I want to be a doctor, but I also want to be able to like deal with like children and adolescents because I think that's like the most important time of your life, bro.
Yeah,
Okay. Wait. I want to recommend. I don't mean to cut you off, Sellers, but
Yeah.
we just recently did an interview with a dude named RB Barnes, and he got a podcast called the Black Thoughts Podcast, and I really recommend you check out an episode he did with the Singleton brothers because he talked about mentorships with little kids, you know, being a former athlete and just being that more role model for them. And I feel like you really should check out that podcast.
Okay, I appreciate you. I'm gonna go check it out.
All right, but go
yeah,
ahead.
and I want to go off that mentoring kids thing. I know you heavily and you was well still are, but like growing up in Dubuque, you were heavily involved with the Dream Center, and that's still something you support till this day. Like,
Oh
you
yeah.
want to talk about your relationship with them?
Yeah. So I think really if I could describe it in one word, bro, it would be just family, bro. Like really just one big family. Cause like even like the first day you get in, the first day you step in, they, oh, hey, how are you doing? What's your name? You know what I'm saying? It's like real warm and it's never no like cold shoulders or nothing like that. So at least I never experienced that. So I really appreciated that about the Dream Center, bro. And they're like real, bro. Like they tell you how things are gonna go and how things work, and they stand on that. Like, you know, if we're not supposed to be doing this thing, they gonna make sure that we're not doing this thing. Unlike some other camps I've been to and some other places that I've been to, they're not as attention to detail oriented, and things go bad quickly because of that. And things get chaotic and like out of control because the kids are left to do what they want to do in that downtime. But at the Dream Center, everything is like, get out, Coda. Everything is like structured, right? So everything has like, this is the process, how you do it, how this go, and this and that. And I think that really build like the family culture because it's like nobody's there trying to trick you, bro. Like nobody's there trying to give you a direction that you don't know what you're doing. You know, nobody's there trying to make you get in trouble. None of that. Like we all want to see the kids shine, and I think that shared goal, that shared objective, makes us like one. Like I said, like that's the only way I can think of right now. But like family, you know. So that's my relationship with them.
I definitely see where you're coming from with that. Man, the Dream Center has definitely been a big thing in Dubuque, and I feel like it's a little bit underappreciated by the higher ups, but hey, it's whatever, man.
Yeah, you
But
already know it's gonna be unappreciated because it's for all the little black kids. Even though I shouldn't say that, you know, but we just gonna call a spade a spade. Like that's how
yeah,
Dubuque is,
facts.
and
Yeah, you're not wrong,
you know,
but
we know we're getting better though. Dubuque's getting better for sure. It's making improvements for sure.
yeah, slowly but surely, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. I want to get deep a little bit, bro. So, like, your entire time playing basketball, like high school, college, were there any low points, like at any point in time where you just like, what am I doing? Like, did you want to quit at all?
Yeah, so actually it's ironic, bro, that you say that because my sophomore year was my best year ever. My college sophomore year in college at Clark was my best year ever. I was like uh honorable mention all American, first team all conference, averaged like 18 points a game, like 6 rebounds a game. I was really doing good. But at the beginning of that season, bro, I was thinking like I should quit. Cause I think my first like two like scrimmages, they weren't even real games. Those like exhibitions, but like scrimmages, I scored like 6 and like 12 or something like that. I was like, man, how am I supposed to be the best player at scoring 6 and 12 in these exhibition games? Like these aren't even real games, and I'm still not scoring that much. So there was times that year where I was like, fuck, bro, like I don't know if I could even like do this shit no more. If I'm doing this, like I'm supposed to be putting on, you know, but I talked to my coach about it because I told him I was real open with my coach at Clark, and I told him like, man, bro, like I'm just in a slump right now. Like I don't know what's going on. I just can't feel the game right now. You know, like it's hard to feel the game. And he told me like he told me to look up like the Kobe's 7 rules of basketball or something like that. But one of them was basically saying like the harder you try to do good, the worse you're gonna do. You know, the more you think about, oh, I really want to make this shot. Oh, I really want to, get this rebound. Oh, I really need to get this stop. The more you gonna fuck up because you thinking about the wrong shit. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be focused on the game, what's happening right in front of you. So I started doing that, and I started trying to just empty my mind and just play the game and don't worry about no other shit. And I started picking it up and doing really well. And by the end of the season, I was leading scorer and all this other stuff. So it was cool, man. Like I don't know. I think that's crazy that the best year that I had was the year that I had my like moment where I was like, damn, I don't even know if I could do this no more.
Yeah, I seen a
But
couple of your highlight tapes that year, man. I think it was you playing Graceland. You had like 34 or something.
oh yeah, yeah, that was a good game. That was a good
Man,
game.
yeah, I saw the highlight too. He got every shooting badge of Hall of Fame. Damn.
Man,
Bro,
had to go
so
crazy.
is there any pressure? What was it? Did you feel any pressure to perform in college or high school, bro? Like, did that ever get to you at any point?
Yeah, I think in high school it did a lot, bro, because I was just stepping onto the basketball scene, and I was like an immediate impact, like I couldn't really score, like I wasn't good at offense, but defense I had that shit because I was long and athletic and could jump and block shots and get steals and stuff. So, defensively, that's where I wanted to be, is on the defensive end. But when it came to offense, yeah, that was where most of the pressure came, and like I got in my head a lot, where like you know, I'll miss a shot and won't shoot the rest of the game. And I would do that for like 3 or 4 games. And my coach would look at me like, bro, shoot the ball. Like, we want you to shoot. You wide open, shoot the ball. And he had to like yell at me to start shooting because I like wouldn't. Um, but as I got older and as I started to build confidence and like get reps up and like play in these open gyms with these really good players and like keep up with them, I built my confidence up. And after a while, that pressure like kind of faded. Like it was there in the back of my mind, but not really like I never really thought about it during the game.
It's crazy you say that you had that mental block in high school. Because when we scouted y'all, bro, Imers, Keith Johnson, do not let him get no fucking space at all, bro.
Really?
I swear to God, bro. He said he would
Man,
let that bitch fly from 30 feet, pick up on him. Do
man,
not.
I
I
told
remember
you.
you got an offensive rebound on me. Oh my God, bro. I did not hear the end of that shit, bro. Imers
I
scarred me for
know.
life. Oh my
I
God.
know it, boy. He was dead serious too.
You and Lucas was the two motherfuckers we couldn't let breathe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to talk about, so it's 2018, your senior year in high school. You honestly one of the top ranked players in the state of Iowa in our class. And then you commit to Clark University. Why did you commit there?
So it's actually a funny story, bro. The way that I was getting recruited, I had like Drake, I had South Dakota State, I had a bunch of D2s around the area. I had JUCOs, all that like contacting me. And Upper Iowa was the first Division II to like offer me formally. And like we put it up all on Twitter back when I had a Twitter, and like we made a big thing about it. And then like 3 weeks later, they're asking me like, "Oh, are you ready to commit?" I was like, "What? I'm not even. My senior year ain't even start yet. Like, what you mean? We're still in the summer of my junior year." And he was like, "Yeah, well, no pressure, but there is a little bit of pressure. Like, we want you to come here." So I was like, "All right, well, I'll probably just wait till at least the end of the summer to make my decision, because I still got this whole AAU season, and I don't want to be rude, but I'm still trying to see like, what's out there." So they're like, "Oh yeah, yeah, no problem." They're acting all cordial. Then like a month later, Lucas committed, and this is like maybe like mid-July, right? So it's not the end of the summer; it's like middle of the summer. In like the beginning of all, like August, like first, swear to God, like the first day of August, they called me and were like, "Yeah, sorry, we're gonna have to take your scholarship away because too many people committed at one time, and we
Wow.
need to go get a big." So they pulled my scholarship for no reason, bro, just because I wouldn't commit as fast as they wanted me to. That's what I think anyway. And then after that, every other school I was talking to stopped talking to me, bro. Like they just cut me off. And I was messaging their coaches crazy, like, "Hey coach," like every day, like, "Hey coach, what's going on?" And they just wouldn't respond. And my coach Carlos, my AAU coach, he was real connected with all those people. So he one of the colleges I was talking to was Wayne State. And he called their assistant coach because he was buddies with him. And he was like, "Why you stop talking to Keith? Like, what happened?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, he got his scholarship taken, so we ain't know if he got in trouble or like what happened. So we just didn't want to deal with that. So we just stopped talking to him altogether till that situation got figured out." And my coach told him like, "Bro, there's nothing that happened. Like he just didn't. They just pulled the scholarship. Like he didn't get in trouble. Like there's no reason." And he was like, "That's just the way that shit goes sometimes." And the coach like, "Oh, okay, okay. Tell me why." At the end, like a week before school start, I commit to Clark. Like it was like literally like the week before I had to go in and like get all my classes scheduled. It was crazy, bro. After that day where I went in, got all my classes scheduled, all that, my the assistant coach from Wayne State called me back and was like, "Yeah, we want to offer you a full ride, bro." I was like, "What? Y'all gonna offer me after I already committed to Clark? Like, hell no, I'm not doing
Wow.
that, bro. Like, I'm not gonna sell out Clark when they took me in when I ain't had nowhere else to go, and now you coming out the woodworks on this bullshit, talking, oh yeah, we want you now. It's like, no, man, I'm cool. Cool.
That,
So they really just like kind
yeah,
of blemish your image, bro. That's kind of messed up.
They did. They
that's the
did a
college
little bit.
basketball system for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
political.
I,
Yeah, no, it is.
I got a question for you, man. I want to. So you talked about not having your dad growing up. Did you feel like that lit a fire under you to succeed? Well, not necessarily succeed, but push yourself to the limits to take your life as far as you can.
Oh yeah, for sure. That was a big motivator for me, especially once I started getting my bearings and like knowing what right and wrong is, and like seeing other people that might not have grown up with their dad, and seeing how they went and like took off in the wrong direction, bro. I was like, hell no. If anything, I'm gonna be better than my dad, so I can show his ass like I ain't need you in the first place, you know. And me and my dad, like we still talk. Like it's not like he just disappeared. Like we would still talk, but he just wasn't there. You know, like he was in a completely different town, like an hour away. So I'll see him like maybe once a month. And then as I started getting older, it became more sparse and more sparse to where it went like years where I ain't see him. So I definitely did light a fire under me to be like, you know what, I'm not gonna be another statistic. I'm not gonna be some stereotypical mixed kid growing up without a dad, and I just get in trouble all the time and I fuck up and I just ruin my life. Like hell no. Like we gonna do this shit right, and we gonna prove all these motherfuckers wrong that thought just because I ain't had no dad and I grew up with a single mom that I was gonna be a failure. Like nah, we gonna show them like that shit is real. It's possible, bro.
Did you have like any siblings or family members that kept you out of trouble? That's like real close.
Yeah, no, my sisters for sure, bro. Like, even though we fought, like me and my sisters fought crazy, bro. Like we would have WWE matches in that bitch, like throwing elbows and shit. Like it was crazy, bro. But if ever I needed them in any situation, bro, they the first ones there. And like even in like situations where I was like people were trying to fight me, you know, they'll be the first ones to step in front of me and be like, "No, you're not hitting him. You're gonna have to hit me first." You know, so I think they really like they really helped me, bro. Like just grow up in a situation where I knew that I wasn't alone. Because even though I felt alone because I was the only boy at times, like they would make sure, like if anybody else made you feel that way, it's gonna be a problem. Like we can make you feel that way because we are sisters and we gang up on you sometimes, but can't nobody else do that shit. And that really helped me, bro. I think they're the ones that kept me out of the most trouble.
That's what's up, man. That's the kind of role models people need to have in their life. I think a lot of people don't get that, so you could tell like people grow up different ways. But so
Yeah.
what I want to get to next is, man, now that you like out of basketball, you say you want to get into the medical field, like, eh, I, well, I guess I can say this, but do you think down the line there'll be other things you want to pursue outside of the medical field? What like because I know I'm pretty sure you had things that was like sparking your interest in college or anything. Like what was your major in college?
My major was biology.
Biology? Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
medical field.
Yep.
Yeah.
So nah, but I hear you though. I hear the question. So you ask it basically like, is there a possibility that I don't end up being like a pediatrician, or is it like do or die type thing?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's definitely not do or die, bro. I learned that after basketball, after I was done with basketball, because that was my do or die, bro. Like I thought that I was going to the, overseas or die, but I had to realize, bro, like it's a lot more out there in the world than the small world that you live in, right? So if you if it's do or die in your world, you gotta take a step back and be like, damn, okay, maybe it's other things out there for me, which I had to do. And now that I've done that, medical field, it's definitely one of my main goals. It's still definitely a big priority to me. Like I'm trying to do that, but I wouldn't say like it's medical field or die. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm gonna go to the medical field no matter what. It's like, okay, that's my goal now, but maybe somewhere along the line I get an opportunity that's, better suited for me as a person individually. And I might have to take that. And I'm cool with that. Like I'm secure in my ability to, you know, change and be flexible and like go with the flow. So
Oh, yeah, you can adapt to any situations. That's what I'm getting from it. Because with basketball, you reach like top tier level, and then next you like, all right, I'm just put that on the side. I know the hard work and dedication. I could take that and apply it to the next thing, and then the next thing, and the next thing. So
Yeah, you
I
trust your
love to
work
hear that.
ethic.
Yep. Yeah. That's like the main thing, bro. That's what basketball taught me the most. If anything, like apart from all the actual basketball stuff, just being able to like be disciplined and like do shit that you know you don't want to do, but you got to do it. That's the main skill that I learned from basketball, I think.
Do you
And you
feel happy now, bro?
Oh yeah, bro. I'm definitely happy. It was a time where I was sad. I was real depressed and I was down because I was like, damn, bro, like what am I gonna do now? Like I was kind of lost because after that, like I said, it was my do or die. I was like, now what? It was kind of a moment of like a crossroads. You come to the fork in the road and you like, I don't know which way to go, but shit, I gotta go forward somehow. So I'm gonna just take this way and see how it works. So that's kind of where I am now, bro. I'm just kind of going with the flow, seeing what my interests are, rediscovering myself, and trying to figure out like what's best for me. Because I know that not everything that glitters is gold. Not everything that seems great is good for you. So that's really the mindset that I have now. I was sad. I was unhappy for a little minute, but I bounced back and did some self therapy and rediscover who I am, and I feel good. So
I'm happy for you,
all
bro.
right.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, me too.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I got one more question. So early in the episode, you say you begin into reading a lot. What
Mhm.
books do you recommend for somebody that you reading right now?
So right now, I just started a book called Think and Grow Rich. I put that on my Facebook. I also want to get Rich Dad Poor Dad.
I heard that's a good one.
Yeah. So I got two other books. It's called U Squared. I forget who it's by. It's like a little tiny book. And then there's called the Think It like, As a Man Thinketh or something like that. So those four books, Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad Poor Dad, U Squared, and then Think As a Man Thinketh. Those four books are the four books that I recommend, bro, because those are the books that's really teaching me how to like rework my mind and not think about everything so like basketball wise, not think about everything so sports minded. Um, so I'm trying to like dabble in like financial stability and like financial education, like shit like that, so that I'm not sitting here trying to get a high school coaching job at 40 because shit didn't work out. I want to make sure that I'm cool at that point. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. But one book I do recommend. Have you ever read or heard of the book Atomic Habits by James Clear?
no, no,
Yeah,
what's that?
that it's a psychology book that really breaks down every minute detail on how your small 1% habits and build those up can lead to like the greater good and you becoming a new person. Like that's one book I
So,
recommend.
okay. I
Now
hear you. I'm gonna see
you
about that.
you talk about rewiring your brain from the sports mindset or the basketball mindset because I think a lot of us got that where we set this pinnacle at the top of what we think is success. Like, how is it changing? Trying to change yourself from doing that. What do you define as success outside? Well, now that you like rewired your brain from thinking about it basketball wise.
I think the main way that I have rewired my brain and like switched my perspective, I would say, is like success is not necessarily how much money you make, you know? And I think that's important for people to get, bro, especially people like me coming up where it was like, obviously I love basketball, but like the goal is to play professional so that you earn some money, right? And
Yeah.
after you earn a little bit of money, you want to move up to a bigger league, earn more money. Like that's the goal. That's the ultimate goal is to make as much money as you can in the sport. Um, and I was stuck in that mindset for a long time where I was like, I got to get rich. You know what I'm saying? I got to make X amount of money. I got to have X amount of, land or whatever, however I was feeling. And I've come to realize that there's different kinds of successes that make different impacts on your life. If you're very financially successful, that might take away from your spiritual success. So that's why you see a lot of successful, wealthy people fucking depressed. They hate themselves because they can't see, and they don't know why. It's because they're disconnected from their spirituality or they're disconnected from their emotions. They put all that shit in the back seat while they go get this money. But now that you have all the money, it's worthless to you. It means nothing, right? So I think the success that I'm hunting for now is like spiritual success, bro. Like being happy and content with like where you are in life, and the people that surround you, bro. Because I think that like is the most important thing above all. Like money is cool. Money makes a lot of shit go away and a lot of problems go away that you might have when you don't have that much money. But I think the problems that money bring is tenfold more than the problems that they eliminate, bro. And a lot of people got to realize that, especially a lot of young people who think I got to get rich. It's like, no, you don't, bro. You don't have to be fucking driving a Corvette. You know, like that shit
Man,
is cool, but it's not you. And if that's not you, then let that not be you and find your own way. You know,
I don't think y'all hearing him. What? He
man,
dropping gems right now. Shit.
man.
Peter
Man.
Johnson over here.
You feel me?
bro. Nah, I've definitely, bro. That's definitely some real shit, man. I think you just hit the nail on the head, bro. Like you gotta find out your own success, bro. And I'm glad you found yours, man. And I think that's gonna do it for us today, bro. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up right here, bro. We appreciate you for coming on, man. We
Such
definitely
an
gotta
honor
have you
to
back,
interview
bro.
you, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'll definitely let it come back, bro. I love it here. So yeah, just let me know and I'll be on here. But yeah, thank you for having me, man. I
For
appreciate
sure,
y'all for
bro.
giving me a platform to speak my mind. And I hope y'all have a lot of success with this, bro. This is a good thing y'all are doing.
Thank you, bro. We
Appreciate you, bro.
appreciate it,
Appreciate
man.
you, bro. Humble dude, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, y'all
Have
take it easy, man.
you too, bro.
What's up,
Peace.
bro? Great fucking episode, bro.
Bro,
Great
amazing
fucking episode. Oh my God.
Man, this podcast thing is amazing, bro. I'm so glad we doing this. I think,
Bro, I feel like we doing it for the right reasons, honestly. Like, look at the people we bringing on. Look at the stories they tell. Like, we not necessarily like doing it for us. We doing it for the viewers too, because I know the viewers can eat off this too. And it's like, man, dudes like Keith Johnson. It's like, man, it's such an honor talking to that dude.
Facts, man. I never got that perspective from him before. So seeing that side of him, seeing him open up like that, and him dropping a fucking bombshell on us in the first 30 seconds of the interview, bro.
No time. Like,
Man.
I've been hooping with this dude since our first move to the Butte. Like, he was like one of the first motherfuckers I started hooping with.
And I don't think
this is like,
man, I don't think
the most
people
connected I
understand.
felt to him. Go ahead.
I don't think people understand. Like, he is a real life pro. Like him giving up basketball is pretty huge. And to announce that here, man, that's crazy, bro. Like let me just read off some of his stats. Like, just for the casuals out there, bro. Like his career average at Clark, and I think he only played at Clark for what, like a year or two? Career average, 17.2 points. He scored 498 points while he was at Clark. Bro, like, the man shot 33% from 3-pointers. He only played, 29 games? He started all of them.
What? Damn. So, I wish I would have asked him that. So, he been, like, one of the head honchos since he first got there as a freshman. Like, man.
Man, I'm happy for him, bro. I'm happy that he found happiness outside of basketball, and I wish him nothing but success, man.
And I feel like a lot of people struggle with that because, like, growing up, he said he didn't have a father figure around, you know? And growing up, basketball is kind of like therapeutic to, like, and I'm quite sure we all can relate to that. It's therapeutic to us, and that's all we know. But eventually, the ball will stop dribbling for 99% of us, and we look up, damn, like, where we at or what we got to do. And it's like, I know I can relate to that. I touched on it in previous episode, but, man, if you lost, this is an episode I highly recommend for you to watch.
Man, yeah, definitely. Please listen to him, man. I think he definitely dropped so many gems on us, and it just, man, I think he opened up, like, he just really opened up, man. He just put it all out there. Man.
Yeah.
Facts, man.
And I respect him for that. I respect him for that because a lot of people may feel some type of insecurities, like, I'm not ready for this. This question is too personal, but yo, he was 100% vulnerable with us, and that's respect.
All right, that's going to do it for us today, y'all. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Facebook and YouTube at Infamous Ghost Podcast. And you can follow us on Instagram at Infamous Ghost Pod.
And you can follow us on Twitter and TikTok at Infamous Ghost. Until then, we see y'all next time.
Peace.